What's up, y'all? Jeffery at Jeffery TV, coming to you live on Memorex from an undisclosed location, alternate weekend route. This is day 3 of my leave of absence. Ooh, Jesus, people be driving off the edge, you almost get ran over. You gotta stay awake, you see that? People come flying out their own driveway like that. Jesus. Anyway, and I might be a little jumpy. I might be a little bit off balance. I'll go into that a little later, maybe. But day 3 of my leave of absence, having had 2 days off of work under the leave of absence, a day of PTO before that. So it's been 3 missed days. I missed 3 days of work. Saturday don't count. I don't have to work on a Saturday. At first there was excitement, exhilaration even. And that started to wear off fairly quickly. Now it seems that I'm settling into maybe what I need to do or what I need to be or who I am or whatever, because working and that job and thinking about that job, my whole life centered around that. That was my livelihood. That was my livelihood. That is my livelihood. And it took up a big portion of my life. Gratefully and willfully and graciously, I gave it that much importance and that much significance, and believe it should get that much attention. Because of that job, I did a lot of stuff. Because of that job, I did a lot of stuff, and for that, I will probably always be grateful. It gave me the opportunity to basically fly around the world on my own dime. It compensated me for my efforts, for my work. So in ways, some people may look at it and say, well, you did the work, you earned it. Yeah, that's true. But I still feel that, and there's a chance that they got the better of the deal. Maybe it's a good chance that they got the better of the deal. My efforts and what I put into it, what I gave to it, may not have been worth the compensation I received. But in my mind, it's the most compensation I've ever received. And it opened up a lot of doors for me, so I was ready for it. I was pretty much not low. I was living like a low income person. I never was, having extravagant stuff or spending willy-nilly or having stuff, I always had the minimal, the cheapest, the bare minimum to a point. Yeah, I even have to say, even my computers and stuff, even with this whole Jeffery TV stuff, I was using used stuff and cheap stuff. Didn't invest. Partly because of my income and my money situation, but partly because, I just wanted to figure it out that way. So this money that I'm making now, to me, seems like a lot. To whereas other people would be like, you only making blah, blah, blah. But to me, my lifestyle seems a lot. And I went into that for that amount of time just to show you how much gratitude or how I feel about this job. The compensation, the benefits, everything. I mean, even going through this, the support is there for me. HR, leave of absence administration, my supervisors, et cetera, et cetera. It's a big part of my life, and I ceremoniously and symbolically shut the computer down, put it away. Well, I put it away where I always put it away, like I was doing on the weekend. I didn't take it, put it in another, If I really wanted to get symbolic about it, I'd have took it and put it in another room, put it up in the closet someplace. But I just set it up, where it goes. And in my mind, I knew, I'm shutting down. And it was fairly easy for me to shut it down and say I'm done. That part is fairly easy, and it still feels fairly easy, though. Even I am thinking about, I don't even know if I should, or if I'm quote unquote allowed to reach out to coworkers, or even I should even involve them, at least through LW channels. Maybe I might try to reach out via personal email and stuff, and stay off the LW network. But even that right now is touchy. And even that, I don't even want, right now, I don't even want to mess with that. I don't want to get any entanglements, any involvement. Oh, he talked to this person, he said this. I don't want none of that. Right now, everything's so new. I'm very sensitive to everything. And I am definitely off balance. I wouldn't say I feel vulnerable or susceptible, but I'm aware that there's a possibility that things could go south at a higher level than I'm used to. At a very higher level that I'm used to, that I'm thinking, okay, I gotta watch out. I gotta, make sure I work this right. You got things in the future. You got this, you got that. So I'm like highly sensitive to what the outcome, what could possibly happen, possibilities, and that. So I'm definitely going through something. I'm doing a lot. It's like I'm doing a lot more sleeping. Well, yesterday I had a sinus headache and didn't realize it until too late. I thought it was the black and milds. It wasn't. It was a sinus headache. So I took some stuff kind of late in the day, ended up laying down and just trying to sleep it off. And I'm just up for a lot of sleeping, just a lot of stopping and resting. And I was kind of thinking that maybe that's how I'm gonna settle and find my balance or my stability now, over this next 6 weeks, 6 to 12 weeks. Because it is, and it's important to me. I was gonna say it is very important to me to fix this, to get this taken care of. It wouldn't make me happier for me to go through these 12 weeks, clear my head, do some of this, do some of that, maybe make some accomplishments here and there, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. Go back and just slam another 7 years there. Or just work till I retire. That's the goal. That is the ultimate goal. And then when I go back, if I get 12 weeks, I gotta re-up on the 12th. May 12th. And it'll be after my birthday. And 70 is the number I'm shooting for to get delayed retirement. 67 is where a lot of people suggest you should retire, because you really don't ever make up that money from 67 to 70. And the extra money you're getting delayed, you're not getting for 3 years. So you gotta take into account, those 3 years of getting money at X amount, and then all of a sudden, 3 years later, you're getting an X plus 700 or 800. It depends on your longevity and this and that. You gotta do some calculations. So, and maybe I finish this up and I go back and I do 4 years and I'm done. 4 or 5 years and I'm done. If I get to 5, hell, I might as well go to it. I keep looking at that delay. You gotta see how you feel. I guess I'll probably just work to see how I feel. Every day looking at that delayed amount. See how, and then, you know, rent's gonna go up, this is gonna go up. Stock market took a big hit yesterday. It hurt, but there's always rebounding if you look at the long term. You know, I'm still up. Don't get me wrong, I'm still way up. You know, I'm still up, it's just hurt. It just hurt. But there'll be a correction and we'll get it back. Just done it before. And that's my retirement money. So that's why I brought that in there. That's why stock market, my retirement, this and that. Pull a big chunk out of that. Buy me a house, condo in Ohio or something. Go from there. Or something like that. So dealing with that, also dealing with my mother out here, going through what she's going through. It's not pretty, it's not good. It's definitely deteriorating, getting worse and worse. And I mean, you know, it is what it is, as they say. We all got to go through it, one way or the other. And it's beginning to become inevitable and pretty much, you know, I ain't gonna say just waiting it out, but you do what you can. I'm learning I gotta do what I can. I gotta be much more patient than I've ever been in my life. It's just not in my nature. I'm not looked at to being that person. People actually come to me to be hard and tough. And, you know, not to just sit there and nod and agree or act like I understood something that I didn't. Or just, you know, participate in things that I don't understand or believe in for the sake of somebody else's quote-unquote happiness. It's tough for me to do that. But I'm finding out it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier just to go ahead and, you know, just not say nothing, not bring nothing up, or just, you know, whatever you want. Okay. We'll watch this cooking show about neck bones again and answering questions over and over and, you know, being patient. So, you know, that's how that goes. Dealing with that and dealing with work. And also, on my disability, one of the reasons you can get disability is to take care of a parent or a family member. I was like, oh. But if that was the case, if I was to do that, I would do that. If I was gonna file for that and go for that, I would do that. I wouldn't say I did it and be at home not doing it, being at my house not doing it. I just wouldn't do it. It's not that lying, it would be lying, but I just don't like putting myself in that position where somebody can come say, hey, you know, or hit you up. Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Put in a position to lie. You know, are you doing this for this person? Are you doing that for that person? Knowing damn well I'm not. I'd rather just suffer the consequences of the way things are, getting through it, or paying the money, or this or that, the expense, than to be put in a position to where I gotta hide or not be truthful. So, let's see how it goes. Thought I was gonna be able to go home today, but I knew them damn people since they found out. They want me to stay out here. I got a lot of time. There's no reason why I shouldn't, but there ain't nothing like being in my house. There ain't nothing like being in that apartment, my apartment. And I can probably do this for your mother, you can do this for your mother, do this for your mother, blah, 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 blah. And I could. It might even be good for me. And I probably will. Because if I stay here a few days and I go home, I still got like 27 more where, I won't have nothing to do. So, I got the time. I got the time, that's for sure. And I calculated it's about, today is the 5th. I guess about 20 days to the first Peak Funk show. 20 days to the first Peak Funk show, so I got that time to kind of get myself together. Looks like I'm gonna do 7 shows. Looks like I'm gonna do seven shows. Maybe 9. Something to look forward to. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be something. Definitely gonna be something. But the thing is finding my balance, finding my feet, get my feet back on the ground. The job isn't there anymore. I'm not worried about the job. Oh, I gotta rest now. Oh, I'm just gonna lay out because I gotta, I gotta be back on the phones come Monday. Oh, after this hard work week, So even the time that I had free when I was working, the job had an impact on that. Even the time that I was free, on my free time, like the weekends or whatever, the job is still on my mind. But not now. It's not now. And that's an adjustment. That is definitely an adjustment that I am making and have to make. And I can feel it. I can definitely feel it. It's definitely a change. It's definitely a change. And I'm hoping that I go through this change, an adjustment or whatever it is, and I come out new or different or at least ready to work. Come back ready to work. Ready to go back to work because the doctor was telling me about somebody who did the same thing, why she was trying to push Zoloft on me. I don't know why she was trying to do that. Trying to push Zoloft on me, telling me, yeah, how you take medicine for your kidneys, your brain is the same way. Your brain can take chemicals to make it better. I'm like, nope. I said, I gotta be honest with you, I'm strongly against that. And I even told her, I said, a lot of my liberal friends, musicians, the people who hang out on my Facebook page, ultra-liberal or just anti-pharmaceutical, completely anti-pharmaceutical. So that's what's been kind of drilled in my head for a while, especially about psych drugs. So I'm gonna see a therapist. I'm gonna sign up and see a therapist. And hopefully, I'm looking forward to see a therapist, to be honest with you. Let's be real. I'm looking forward to being a therapist, to seeing a therapist. I did before. In fact, I went to see a therapist, psychologist years ago. And she was like, what are you doing here? I said, I just want to talk about me. She said, why are you here? I said, And basically, we kind of talked, and she was like, don't waste your time, don't waste my time. And I kind of knew that. But, I've studied myself and studied other people and studied the studying to the point that I kind of know the answers. So here I am. Day 3rd, 4th, 5th. Day 3 of my leave of absence. Still getting my steps. Yesterday I ate a bunch, then went to bed, but I didn't eat again. That's the fun part. I ate 2 hot dogs and some chips. I didn't really have that much, I guess, if you think about it. Then I ate some Fig Newtons and some cookie stuff. But that was it. I didn't eat again for the rest of the day. Damn. Is that right? Did I eat something last night? I don't think I did. I don't think I did. I think I ate breakfast, and then I ate the hot dogs and stuff, and that was it. So my appetite is definitely, well, probably the black and mild, plus I had a sinus headache, blah, 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 but still, my God. I'm out here walking now. Mr. Scale told me 203.0 this morning. I think I was 202.8 yesterday. So we'll see how that goes. See how I do tonight, tomorrow. And the next day, NCAA tournament today. I was just thinking I need to get an antenna, digital antenna from my mother's TV house. And I'm walking up the street, and these people who usually set up a little rummage sale stand actually I looked back and they had antennas on there for sale. So I might pick one up, throw it on that TV out there. See if I get channel 2, so I can watch the NCAA tournament. Come on at 3. If I did my calculations right, I should be getting back by 2. And, I got to shower and get food and extra, et cetera, et cetera. And the thing with my mother, I think the word is cognitive skills. She used to be really sharp and edgy almost, poignant, cutting. Now, not so much. Very not so much. You just got to be patient. You just got to be patient. I mean, she'll ask me to do something, and it's hard for her to explain, not just mentally, but because of her speech, her vocal cords, the radiation damaged her nerves, so movement, hand movement, leg movement, speech, all that's affected. So it's hard for her to talk and say things, and so she'll get frustrated if you don't understand what she's saying, and sometimes, and she's taking this drug now that kind of really has her mellowed, and I think it's helped with her headaches, but it definitely takes her out of it. It definitely puts a layer or two between her and what's going on. But it seems to, at this point, that might be the alternative. So to deal with that, it's gotta, I'm gonna go back. I just gotta get my mind together. I guess today I had a headache, but no, I just don't want to be bothered with nobody. I don't like doing things for other people. I don't. And it's probably because, I always say this, I don't ask people to do stuff for me. Very rarely. And I ain't talking about no big stuff. hardly ever asked anybody to do big stuff for me. The most I asked, I told my ex-wife and her husband, I said, the most I asked them to do more for me than anybody. I don't ask nobody for nothing. The only thing I asked for them to do was cook for me when I come back there and to have something at their house. I love having it. That's the only thing that I really ask people for, other than, stay on my daughter. But that's my daughter, damn it, I ain't gotta ask. But she did hit me up. She said, you don't even ask. I'm like, well, shoot. Didn't I put some down payment on this house? Didn't I drop a chunk down payment on this house? Plus, it's a privilege and an honor for me to be here. You ought to be paying me. But I guess, I do rely on her a lot. We seem to, things seem to be they don't seem to be much better than in our early days of going through this. So, and then this time I might be there for the longest ever. Last time was the longest ever. This time might be the longest ever. But I'm already looking for her or me, whatever, get a hotel room or something for a little while. I may even send her, get her a hotel and keep granddaughter, let her go and get some space or some room, or something like that, because it's not really about, the financial implications. It's about getting that space. And it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. But now I'm not going to be working. So that's going to be a trip. When I go back this time, I'm not going to be working. That's going to add a whole new dynamic to everything. That's going to have and that's probably when I'm really going to have to stick to my regimen, which I hope to start Monday. Monday, get up just like a work day. Sit down at the computer just like I'm at work. For my work, or work on something that I need to work on. Whatever it is. Create, music, whatever. But for that amount of time, just to be doing something. And I might even, go ahead and go to storage. Go ahead, use that time to go to storage. Work on my storage, do that. Take a break, walk 15 minutes, take a lunch, keep that same regimen. So I'll be ready. I'll be ready. Figure something out. Figure something out. I'm thinking about the next step of this whole thing. The next step of this whole thing is getting the next 6 weeks renewed. And it's kind of important that I do. And I think it's very important that I do. So that's kind of, it's like I gotta have something on my mind. It just ain't gonna be empty. There's gonna be something to fill that void. And since it ain't working now, or worried about being on the phones, or can't stand in this, can't stand it, that bugging me, whatever, something's gonna go in there. Something's gonna fill it. And I think it's that. Looked like they was scolding that homeless person. Looked like they stopped the car. They was actually scolding Mr. Homeless laying out. I was looking at the dog. They was probably looking at the dog. Just probably worried about the dog. I bet you they was. I bet you they was worried about the dog. Anyhow, so, and if it does feel kind of good or something, that I'm feeling something. I'm happy that I'm feeling something. I'm happy that I feel like there's been a change or I'm going through something. Well, excited about, because I want to get this fixed. You know, I want to go back to work whenever I go back. Like, yeah. You know, that's what I want to. And then finish up, 4 more years? Get to 67? And every day after 67, I can retire. And hopefully this time off, even though it does seem like a lot of time, for what it can accomplish, it's not a lot of time. For what I can get out of it, longevity of the job that I need, I wouldn't say I need it. I wouldn't quite say I need it. I deeply want it. I want it very badly. Hopefully I'll come back and see everybody and, you know, not see everybody, but, you know, come back with a better attitude. God, I hope it fixes that. I really do hope it fixes it. It fixes it. I really, really do. I really, really, really hope this fixes it. Because I got a lot riding on this job. Not that I can't go and get this somewhere else. But I'm probably lazy and don't want to. And if I was optimistic, which I am, and I'm Jeffrey, I'm this and that, I'm saying I'd go out and find a better job. If I work hard enough, I know I can go out and find a better job. The question is, do I want to work hard enough? Do I want to be in that? Maybe I can use this time to do that. Maybe I'll look at dice.com or whatever. Maybe I'll get my resume together, put it out there, see what's going on. In fact, I should. Because I might see something out there. Now, whether it's going to pay me or what it's paying me, that's the question. If it's going to pay me what this is paying me, see, that's the question. We say, well, would you rather be happy or have the money? Valid question. It may be best left unanswered. No, I don't know. Would I be happy or have the money? See, the money, my Social Security, is based on the income that I'm receiving now going forward for the next 7 years. And I like that number. I like that doggone number that they promising me if I wait till I'm 70. I like it a lot. But say I was to get a job. Yeah, let's explore that. What's the best job? I've been thinking about that. What's the best job I can get? What do I really, really want to do if I'm not answering phones? What do I think I have fun? Now, you know, you can start saying, oh, you get something doing music. Oh, you get something doing video. No, I don't want to. The video music stuff that I do it out of love for Jeffery TV. And it's definitely because of Jeffery TV. Doing it for someone else, it's a different dog. Doing anything like that, doing something creative for someone else, is definitely something else. And you talk about being under the scrutiny of another person's feelings. See that part. And that's one of the reasons why I think, I'm kind of tired or quote unquote burned out of this job now, just being under this scrutiny of somebody else's feelings, and may or may not have lost that confidence. So yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. I would want to do like that job that I applied for, enterprise analyst, would be perfect, just I think. Where I do system-wide apps and configurations for network printers. You learn how enterprise apps works, how they install. That I think would be almost perfect. Something like that, because I definitely want to say something in computers, hands-on, touching the computers. Like a database engineer, I would love doing that. Oh, I would love doing that. But you gotta have, I guess, credentials or whatever. I guess I can start doing some training or whatever, and that'd be fun. That'd give me something to do, to get into in my retirement years. I mean, I'm getting ready to try to retire and take a training to go into a different field. So, I'm up for something like that. But hey, I definitely should do that. I would definitely do that. Look up and see what kind of job, put my resume out there and see what's up, just to see what bites. And say, hey, we need somebody like you over here at Universal Studios, and we're paying, you ain't gonna be able to pay this kind of money. Y'all ain't gonna be able to pay this kind of money, so just stop. I can't go nowhere. So just let me just stop. Anyhow, check it out. Car doctors, opportunity, everything negative, pressure, challenges are all an opportunity for me to do for me to rise. Kobe Bryant. I probably messed saying that up completely, but yeah. So, that's where we are, folks. That's where we are. Talking it out with myself openly. I'll go back and I'll listen to this video, maybe, and get an idea of my thoughts and go over my thoughts again. And be aware of my thoughts and my concerns. Whew. Yeah. Day 3. Day 3, and I definitely feel some kind of way. I feel something. I definitely feel something. Being away. I definitely feel something. And it's real. I'm not just faking it. Now there may be some things that I'm not saying just to protect myself, because there are, there's an investigation, determination on my eligibility for the compensation. And there are some raw thoughts in my head that I may or may not even believe, but they're there. They may not even be true, but they're there. It might even not even something that I want to do or think about, but they're there because I'm covering everything, every possibility, every what if. But for the most part, I'm treating this as being real. This is for real. For the very 95%, 90%, 95, 98, 95, 90, 95%. This is real. This is a real thing and very important that I get back to where I can do that job and finish it out. Finish it out strong even. That's the key. That's the goal. And I'm not really sure what I'll go through or what I need to go through, et cetera, to get there. You know, it's just, you know, a bunch of time not being at work, something I need to experience, something I need to go through, something I need to feel, something I need to expunge, something I need to absorb, something I need to realize. I don't know. But I guess we're gonna find out. I guess we're gonna find out, people. Ain't we? Swinging on y'all 2 times. For me, for the funk. And for every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom, in this or in any universe that ever was, is, or will be. The totality of it all. Theory of universe. And hypothesis of all as one. My name is Jeffery. It was so dark I can't even see where to cut it off at.